Hello and welcome to my new floss tube. It's been a while. It's been 6 weeks. Oh, I'm so sorry. Just life has been crazy, busy, weird. But I'm here and this is my channel and I talk about my cross stitch. Today I have a lot to show you because it's been so long and I didn't work on that many projects, but I had a lot of new starts. I went to the craft fair and I want to show you my haul. I've had some finishes. I need to announce the winner of my giveaway from the last video. And I don't even know where to start. So I think a little bit of life update will, just be okay. I'm not going to make it a really long life update, but if you want to skip it, that's okay. So after my last video, I was just busy. I started my new job, and the week before I started, we just decided to go to the beach, and we had a wonderful day, and I made some videos and pictures to show you, so I will put it in the end, because we went to the sea and it's almost a 3-hour drive for us because we live in the one side of the country and the sea is just in the other direction, so we don't go that often. My daughter had never been before, and my son, just when he was really little, I think he was not even a year yet, so he was really a baby. We went in the summer, and this time it was cold and it was windy, but oh, we had such a wonderful day and playing with the coming water, and we got our feet wet. But luckily I brought dry socks and dry pants for the kids, so it all was okay. And like I said, I will insert that at the end. And I started my new job. I still work in a call center, which is okay, but I started working for a company I worked for 10 years ago as well, and it's kind of the same things I have to do, but some certain things did change, which over 10 years, wow. I'm lucky it changed. So I'm just doing the same thing I did 10 years ago, which is kind of terrible, but nice at the same time. And my colleagues are just the best. We have such a nice team, and everyone is just really positive and happy, and we try to make each other smile all day. So yeah, I just really like my new job. And meanwhile, the reason I didn't film is because life was just crazy with bringing kids to school and to daycare and just doing everything. And I had just 1 day off during the week, and I planned everything in that day, so even that day was hectic. And then I got a little bit of a cough, and it turned into a big cough, and I lost my voice for a week. So I couldn't film even though I was home, and I couldn't speak, so I got strong medication, and after a little over a week it was back. And I was so happy because it's so terrible if you have 2 young kids and you've lost your voice, because they know and they will try stuff they know they are not allowed to do, and you're not able to say no to them because you lost your voice. So I was so happy it was back, and my boyfriend helped out a lot. So we got through it all and it's okay. In the meantime, I went to the craft fair, which was wonderful, and I'm not going to talk a lot about it because it's like over a month ago. But I will show you my haul. And Now, at the moment, the virus, everyone is talking about it, and I'm just trying to stay positive and make the best out of it. And over the rules here in the Netherlands are different from the States, I think, because we also do social distancing, so stay at home as much as possible. But my job was going, wasn't, we still had to go in and go to work. And my boyfriend started working from home. But when you don't have any symptoms, and the symptoms are just even from a runny nose to coughing to just every flu involved symptom, if you are healthy, you can go out, but you have to be careful, of course. So the last week, our youngest, our daughter, started coughing. And I text my work, my daughter's coughing, what do you want me to do? And they said, as long as you're healthy, you can come in. And yesterday, no, the day before that, she really started coughing, and she got a fever, and I had to work yesterday evening, and I have a sore throat at the moment. I started coughing a little, so not really much or really bad, but I do cough a lot. The thing that bothers me the most is shortness of breath, because if I walk up 2 stairs, I'm out of breath, and that's just stupid. So I text my work. My daughter really got a high fever yesterday, and she was really sick yesterday. Luckily today she's just running around as usual, so she's over whatever she had. And kids also don't really get that sick, I think. I don't know. But I still have shortness of breath and I cough, so I will drink something while filming, and if I cough, I will cut it out so you don't have to hear it. But we just make the best out of it, and we will, me and my daughter have to stay in until we are symptom free. My boyfriend and our son aren't showing any symptoms, so they can go out, but we try to do it as little as possible. So we just do dance parties, and we just try to make everything as good as it can be. So yeah, that was kind of the life update. Yeah, so the first thing I want to get out of the way, because I don't want to forget, is the giveaway. I did a giveaway for The Quaker by Joke Trebbe de Nijs. I finished this one, and last week I wrote down all the names, and I did random number generator, and Long Dog Stitcher Jenny is the winner. So please contact me, and I will fold it maybe in an envelope and send it to you. And I hope you will enjoy this one, because it's so nice to stitch. So, one down, a lot to go. I had some finishes, 2 cross stitch and 1 other crafty finish, whatever you want to call it. The first finish is my koala. No glare, please. And this was for the Australian bushfire. And it's so cute. I just popped it in a frame, and it's so big. It isn't even laced or anything. Maybe I will do that. Maybe I will finish it into a pillow. But this just, it fits. And I like it. So it sits right here. And other finish is a pillow I've made. I shared it on my Instagram, and it was the Always chart, and I think it was from Heart in Hand, but I'm so bad at names and I didn't write it down. So I think I will just put in everything in the screen, maybe. Another thing I finished is something I started 5 years ago. I was pregnant with my eldest and I wanted to make him a quilt. And I'm telling you this before I show it because it's far from perfect. It's so bad. And I'm a little bit embarrassed about it. But he likes it and that's the most important thing. So 5 years ago, there's still some threads hanging. 5 years ago, I started making a quilt and I cut all the pieces and I sewed it in strips because it's just all squares. And when I wanted to line up all the squares, it didn't match up and it frustrated me so bad. And I just threw it in a box and didn't look at it for 4 years or more. But I finished it. And for all the quilters, sorry, this you have to look at it. But my son really likes it, and this is it. They don't match up, but it's just a big blanket quilt, and the inside is just fleece, and I sewn on at the time a spaceship. And they're just all squares and they don't line up, but it's on his bed and he really likes it, so that's what counts. So those were my finishes. Okay, so on to haul and craft fair stuff. And some of the things I bought I started already. I don't know. Let's see. I'm missing something. Oh, here it is. Because before the craft fair, I just really wanted to have a simple 14 count stitch thing. I wanted it to be a kit. I didn't want it to be really expensive. It wasn't, it hadn't English. It could be something that I just wanted to stitch and never finish, fully finish. And I wanted to be fun to stitch. So we have something in the Netherlands called Marktplaats, which is just kind of like the Dutch version of eBay. And there was a lady who sold cross-stitch kits and other cross-stitch things. And the reason I found her was this. This is a beautiful wooden thread keep with a sleeping fox and purple flowers. And I love purple. I love foxes. And yeah, I think it's so beautiful. I'm not sure for which project I will use it because I don't want to write on it or put stickers on it. So I'm not sure, but even if it's just for decoration, it's okay because I love it. And most of the time it just hangs there. So shipping was kind of expensive for just one thing. And she also sold cross stitch and I picked out this one. I think she bought it on AliExpress and didn't want to stitch it, so it's just a simple stitch, but I think it's cute. And this is how far I am. It's just 14 count Ada and it's just big blocks of color. but some of the colors are really close to the fabric, like the hair. I still have to fill it in, but yeah, it's not showing up. Maybe if it was with another fabric, it was more obvious, and maybe the backstitch will do a lot. So for the time being, I love working on this in the car or in public transportation or whenever. Just a simple stitch. So that was before craft fair. During the craft fair, there was one chart I really wanted for a long time. And I said to myself, if I find it, I will buy it. And I'm not going to look at the price. If I find it, it's mine. So it was quite at the end of the craft fair, and I found it. And it was the last one. This is the picture of what it is. It's Chickadees in Spring by the cross stitch of the Gold. Chickadees in Spring by the Gold Collection from Dimensions, and the colors, and I just love it. Yes, it's focusing. So I started this right away. And this is how far I am at the moment. So it's a lot of half stitches. Only the branch is in full stitches, and the rest is just half stitches with 3, 2 and 1 strands. But I think it will be beautiful. And it's just on 14 count light blue Ada. I love this, but I need to concentrate when working on this, so I can't work on this a long time at once. So I also bought 3 magazines from Borduurblad, and I really only needed 2 because there's a pattern in it that's split over 2 magazines that I really want to stitch someday. I don't know when. And it's this one. It's just a cabinet with plants, but the colors, and oh, they're so beautiful. And it was you could if you bought 3, you got a discount, so the third one was almost for free. And here is the mock-off, and it's called the Plantenkast, which is just the plant cabinet. There it is. And it has over 60 colors, so it will be a lot of confetti, but it will be so pretty. And I think I will stitch this in the winter time, so I can look forward to spring next year. So that's one. Next, I got a gift from my mother because she was with me. I took her to the craft fair. She's not a stitcher, although she did buy a kit. It is cross stitch, but for a pillow, so it is with wool, and I think it's like 9 count Ada or something. I don't know. And she didn't start it. She's planning to take it on vacation at the end of the summer. But I got a really nice gift from her, and I'm so happy with it. So it's this kit by Lenarte, and like I said, I love foxes. They make me happy. So I saw this one as a model, and I liked it so much. And she said, well, it's a gift for me. So I said, thank you. And I can't wait to start it because I haven't started it. And the reason why is the fabric it came with. I don't really like it. So I debated on what fabric I could stitch it on, and I do have some fabric left, and I think I will just stitch it on Murano, like I do everything. So 32 count Murano, and the color doesn't really matter because it's full coverage. So I think I have more of the platinum, and this will go on it, and I don't exactly know when I will start it, but soon, because it's so pretty. And then let's see, I have some cards from some retailers. So I think the Leonardo kit was from Pebbles. And this is their card. Let's see, where's their information at the bottom. Will it focus? It's not focusing. I will put their website. Oh, there's their website. So petals.nl. And then I found a shop I didn't know before, but it's Pieterse Handwerken. And do they have a website? No, only through Facebook, so I will put it in the description. And the reason I'm showing you this, because I found charts there, which I've been eyeing for a long time. I saw them on AliExpress, but I didn't want to buy them there. And I was looking and looking, but I only could find the kits, which were expensive, and I had to get them from France, and shipping. And so when I was there, I found them. And let me see which one. This is my absolute favorite, and it's from Nimue. And I haven't seen this one on flosstube before. So if you are stitching this, please let me know, because I would love to see your progress. And this is just one of them. And this is called the Kingfisher. And they all have, or most of them have, birds with a fairy. And they're so cute. And I have a card with a lot of their patterns on it. And their information, I don't know if it will focus. No, but I will put it in the description box as well. So if you like this kind of stitching, check them out, because it's beautiful. So this one I haven't started yet, because I've started another one of them. I also bought this one by Nimue, which is Le Papillon, butterfly. And I just think she's so cute. I saw her stitched up and I was just in love. And because I'm crazy, I bought her another one. This is also not that big, and they're so cute. And my mother looked at them and she said, I want you to stitch one for me. Initially she saw a Luca S pattern or kit she wanted me to stitch for her, but it was big and expensive, and it was big. And she said, maybe I just want a small piece. So she picked out this one, also by Nimue. And this is the Robin's Fairy. And this one I did start. And I made a rule for myself, I only can have one Nimue chart as a work in progress at a time. So I'm stitching a lot on this one because I want to start some more. And the two smaller charts I did kit up because I had a called for fabric, which is 32 count Murano, which I'm really happy with because it's just a dream to stitch on. And this one my mom really liked, mostly because of the red. But she just really likes this one. And I did start this one. It's not a really big start, but oh, my fabric is so wrinkly. I put it in a hoop to stitch on it, and I will just scrunch up my fabric. So this is my start. Let's see, the light is not the best. There it is. So it is her lower torso, a leg, part of the body and head of the bird, and the wing will be here. So that's why it's cut off that weird. But I really like this one, and it's so nice to stitch on. So I will stitch on it a lot more. That was my haul. I didn't buy a lot, but I did invest in the Nimue charts. So maybe I did forget something. Oh, I bought some fabric, but it's just boring Ada in a brownish color and 3 pieces of Ada. Nothing special. So I had another new start. Again, not a big start, but I did start Spring Fling. And what I didn't notice when I bought this is that it calls for all specialty flosses, and there's not really a DMC conversion. And I'm not planning to spend all that money on the specialty threads. So some I will get because it needs it. But I did put in some of my own specialty kind of variegated flosses, so I can try to do my own conversion on it. And I will just convert as I go. There it is. And the last time I showed my pink fabric I dyed, which is really bright. And do you see that white stripe? That's my start. And the fabric is brighter than it's showing up. Let's see if we can. I don't know how to do this. So it's just a little bit brighter. It's really pink, but with the big white bunny, I think it will be okay. And for the white, I'm just using B5200. So that's one other new start. And now I just have a couple of whips I've been working on. It's a lot. So one piece I'm in love with causes me not to work on King Coda for 6 weeks. That's, I think, the longest time I didn't stitch on King Coda. But I decided to not make King Coda a priority. It's just for me. And it's nice if it gets done somewhere in the next 10 years. But I also have 2 hates for my kids. And I would really like to have them finished before they leave the house. So I've shown this one in my last flosstube, and again, my fabric is really crinkly because the Ada is really stiff, and I just scrunch it up into a big ball and it makes it softer. So here it is. This is my April fairy. It will be for my daughter. This is the end of the chart, And at first I just wanted to do the black first, and it's not going to be a really big piece. This is by Hannah Lynn, charted by Hate, and I did order a lot of floss. A whole mountain of DMC. And I also bought all the colors for April Fairy, and they were so beautiful and so vibrant, and I just had to stitch on it. I just had to. So what I did first was to put in some blue stitches for Amélie. Amélie is the daughter of Inchi from Cutie Stitch, and she shared her story about her daughter having an accident and dealing with the consequences of that. And me having a daughter myself, I couldn't imagine how hard it is to go through that. So from this point on, all my blue stitches will be for Amélie. Because if something so small can help someone, we have to do it. So I started with the blue I had before I got the DMC mountain. And after that I filled in a lot more. And the colors are so bright and it's not showing up. So yeah, I will just fill in more colors. I'm just working on a yellow strand for the hair. And yeah, I really like it. She will be beautiful. So King Koda is kind of on vacation. So I have another Hate on really stiff fabric, and this is Universe in a Jar, which I restarted, and I worked on this for WhipGo, which is, I kind of didn't want to work on this project, and for January WhipGo, this one came out, and I restarted it and I did 1,000 stitches. For February, this one came out and I did another 1,000 stitches. So at this point it's a little bit over 2,000 stitches. And for March, this one came out again. And I really don't like working on that window, but I'm down in the bricks here, so I can also do something here, and I will do that for this month. And now it's not on my WhipGo anymore because all my Hates are on there 3 times. So what are the chances that it will come out 3 times in a row? Well, I wonder what next month will bring. But I have to put in 1,000 stitches more, and maybe I will just deal with it and finish the first column of the window. And maybe not. So we will see. I really would like to stitch more on this, because when I look at the full picture, I love it and I can't wait to work on all the colors and everything. But first I need to fill in the first part of the window before I can go further, because there is a lot of window in this project. The second row is really large, and then there is a small one because it's a circular window, and on the other side there's another window as well. So I think I'm just going through with the window. And now with my restart, I did another method of doing the stars, because the first time I would just first do all the dark blue and after that fill in all the confetti stitches. And now I'm just first doing the stars and making waist knots like you can see here, and then stitch over that with the dark blue. So it's just filling in, and it works so much better. And because this one won't be finished in the next in a long time. I started another project for my son because he really likes my stitching and he really wants something in his room to look at, and me stitching something for him. So I also started a while ago Dinosaur ABC, and I'm not sure of the designer, but like you have seen, I hope, I put everything in screen. And I worked a lot more on it, and it's on I think it's 16 count or 18 count, what is it, vintage beige, I think they call it, and it's crinkly so you can't see it really, the modeling. This is better. And I'm stitching it, doing kind of my own conversion, because I didn't have the Cold for colors and I really wanted to be bright. The letters were supposed to be black, but I made them gray, and his initials, the J and the S, will be red because he loves red. And this dinosaur will be blue, and there will be another T-Rex kind of dinosaur in bright green over here. And he can learn his ABC, which he already knows by the time I finish this, but I really like working on this. And I forgot to tell you, we went away last weekend to Limburg, to Vaals, which is near the Three-Land Point. So we went there, and they have a big stone there where it's just a point, the three countries come together. And it's not that special, but for the kids, going within a few steps to a different country, it was really nice for them. So when we went there with to the vacation park, I could stitch on this a lot more, and I did. I think I finished the F, E, K, J, and I, and just did a lot more on the blue. And the floss I'm using for this is not DMC, and I don't really like using it, so I won't use it again. But for now, I have a lot more to do with it. So for the green, I will just pick a DMC color. So I have one whip left, and it's the Linen and Thread Mystery Sampler, and I'm behind. But that's okay, because I have a whole year to catch up and finish it. So I am almost done with the February part. Let me just pick my needle out. So this is how far I am, and I'm doing this on 32 count Murano as well, but 1/1, and I think it's beautiful. It's so tiny, it's so small, and I love it. So let's see if I can get it focused. Don't know. But it's so cute. So I'm working on the plant section over here. And that's the last thing of February. The March came out already. And I think that's beautiful as well. The initials, I'm not sure if I'm going to do it, but maybe I will just do it at the end. And I measured it, and I think I'm okay with the fabric, because the last time I just wasn't really sure if my fabric is big enough, but I think it will be okay. So that were all my whips. Everything, haul, just a lot. So I don't know when I will be back. Maybe next week, maybe next month. I don't know. We just have to see how life goes and how this virus thing will go. For now, I'm home. Myself, and my daughter are in quarantine, I think. we have to be symptom free for at least 24 hours before we can go out, and even then we have to be careful, because in this time of year, here in the Netherlands, we also have the flu going around, and the flu and the coronavirus share a lot of symptoms. So you can have the flu and think it will be corona, or the other way around. We don't know. So we're just careful and making the best out of it, and just, yeah, we just stay home a lot, and we will make dance parties and just do silly things to make it okay. And there's one thing I want to share, because on Instagram I've been seeing a lot of designers who put out special charts for this situations, and it's the hashtag be well and stitch. So if you want to stitch something, you need a new start, just check it out, and maybe there's something there for you. For now, everyone, stay positive, be happy, do things you love, and stay healthy. And I will see you next time. Bye bye.